Hello, Serious Survivor here, and I wanted to do a short video talking about the holiday Memorial Day. Memorial Day is a federal holiday in the United States for remembering, honoring people who have died while serving in the U.S. Armed Forces. The holiday is now observed on the last Monday of May, but initially Memorial Day was observed on May 30th from the years 1868 to 1971. Memorial Day is considered the unofficial start of summer in the United States, while Labor Day marks the end on the first Monday of September. Many people visit cemeteries and memorials on Memorial Day to honor those who died in military service. Many volunteers place American flags on each grave in national cemeteries. The history of Memorial Day in the U.S. is very controversial, and it constitutes its own area of research. At Columbia State University, there's a Center for Memorial Day Research, and together with the University of Mississippi's Center for Civil War Research, these are excellent starting points for researching the topic. The practice of decorating soldiers' graves with flowers is actually an ancient custom, and graves were decorated in the U.S. before and during the American Civil War. Some believe that annual cemetery decoration practice began before the Civil War and may reflect the real origin of the Memorial Day idea. Annual decoration days for particular cemeteries are still held on a Sunday in late spring or early summer in some rural areas of the American South, notably or most often found in the mountain areas. On June 3, 1861, Warrenton, Virginia was the location of the first Civil War soldier's grave ever to be decorated, according to the Richmond Times-Dispatch newspaper article in 1906. In 1862, women in Savannah, Georgia decorated Confederate soldiers' graves according to the Savannah Republican paper. In 1863, cemetery dedication at Gettysburg, Pennsylvania was a ceremony held at the graves of dead soldiers. Some have therefore claimed that Lincoln was the founder of Memorial Day. On July 6, 1864, ladies decorated soldier graves according to local historians in Boalsburg, Pennsylvania, and Boalsburg promotes itself as the birthplace of Memorial Day. In April 1865, following President Abraham Lincoln's assassination, commemorations were held widespread. The more than 600,000 soldiers on both sides who died in the Civil War meant that burial and memorialization took on a new cultural significance for us. Under the leadership of women during the war, an increasingly formal practice of decorating the grave sites had begun to take shape. And in 1865, the federal government began creating national military cemeteries for the Union War dead. On May 1, 1865, in Charleston, South Carolina, recently freed African Americans held a parade of 10,000 people to honor 257 dead Union soldiers whose remains they had reburied from a mass grave in a Confederate prison camp. Historian David Blight cites contemporary news reports of this instance in the Charleston Daily Courier and the New York Tribune. Although Blight claimed that African Americans invented Memorial Day in Charleston, South Carolina, in 2012 he stated that he has no evidence that the events in Charleston inspired the establishment of Memorial Day across the country. Accordingly, investigators from Time Magazine, Live Science, Real Clear Life, and Snopes have called this conclusion into question. By the 20th century, various Union memorial traditions were celebrated on different days. They were merged, and Memorial Day eventually extended to honor all Americans who died while in the service of the U.S. military. On May 26, 1966, President Lyndon B. Johnson designated an official birthplace of the holiday by signing the Presidential Proclamation, which named Waterloo, New York, as the holder of the title. This action followed the House Concurrent Resolution 587, in which the 89th Congress officially recognized that the patriotic tradition of observing Memorial Day had begun 100 years prior in Waterloo, New York. Scholars have since determined that the Waterloo account is a myth, and Snopes and Live Science have also discredited the Waterloo account. Memorial Day holds a special significance to veterans and family members of veterans, and it holds a special significance to a lot of Americans, as it should. This day celebrates the heroic actions of those who gave the ultimate sacrifice, of those who paid the ultimate price for defending our country. And often this day goes overlooked, especially due to the fact that the holiday actually changes and is not on a set day, but it's a holiday that we should recognize, and it's a holiday that we should celebrate because it's the sacrifices of those who have fought and those who have died for this great nation that bring us to the point in which we are at now. It brings us to a free nation in which we have a rule of law and we have the right to the ability to make our own decisions and live our life as we see fit. The brave souls who have perished have paved the way for Americans to pursue what it is that makes them happy and to pursue what it is that makes us who we are. And I just want to say God bless all the veterans. God bless all the veterans' families. God bless all those who did not make it back. God bless America, and God bless you. Have a safe and happy holiday. Thanks a lot for watching. And for now, Seer Survivor, out.